don't eat it yet. You'll have your moment. So if you look at the ice cream cone as the activities that we do here, it will have taste. But would it really get the full value of it without the ice cream? No. So start making, so I propose the word, think of the word connection. The activities that we do, what is their connection to the future? And we can even start designing our experiences or activities in the form of how much impact do you want to get? What kind of flavor ice cream? Are there ranks among ice creams? Of course, it's relative, right? But it's so I propose as you think about your activities, make the most out of it. So, what are some of the activities we have? We have opening socials. We have carnival. Oh, we'll just put social.
Gospel forum.
Forums. Gospel forum. Food fest.
Skype.
Carnival. Career. Sky. Gym nights. And so on, right? Now think about this. How can these activities complete the fullness of the activity or the cones with the ice cream? Because what we're doing now isn't just having the cone. People are enjoying the activities, but what will that do for them when they leave BYU if they were not designed properly? So let's pick 4. What are the 4 most critical, you think? Socials, forums, career Skype, and then major productions.
Yes.
Okay? So let's divide you into 4. This group take socials. That group right there take gospel forum. This group right here take productions, food fest, culture night, and this career or Skype events.
What is the question?
The question, your discussion, I'll give you 3 minutes, you discuss and make the connection. What we're doing here and in connection to what's going to happen outside or when you leave this room, we leave the BYU. Because and think along the lines of designing. If you need to redesign it, re-engineer it, do it. So you can start reading now. No, you can just hold on.
What up, bro? Hey, what is this?
Okay, what do we have to do, Mr. Caroline?
You don't have to follow the norm. If you need to redesign it, do it.
I don't have to the gospel form is plain. It's boring. Okay, gospel form. That if when we talk,
Because you know what are gospel forums? Gospel forums has been the same thing ever since. But now it's time to look into every time we have a gospel forum, it would have an impact. So you need to redesign, re-engineer the activity, because we need to start building activities that would be something that they can even put on the resume. So, what is the impact? For example, to give you an idea, one of the most common challenges of corporations is business ethics. Has anyone ever thought of giving a business ethics during gospel forum? Gospel related principles to help us become corporate. That's just an idea.
So there are opportunities from us to provide all the information.
1 more minute. And then have it.
So we can provide some tools.
Hey,
I think, like, for example, in the gospel force, everything the gospel can relate to the outside the gospel. I think those are things that can help our each other members. Like, for example, in the Bible, we have a lot of parables, those memories of that. Yeah. So, and those, like, even there's like simple stories of religion there that they can use in the gospel, so they can use it all the way around. They can use the gospel to the principles
And choose
outside.
a speaker, yeah, who would just share what you guys
It's also very
are.
true. The gospel force also urge to be stronger for
All right, 30 seconds, wrap things up. Just make one simple explanation.
So we can influence
like the younger members,
15 seconds.
or even like strengthen their because you know when they
All right, wrap things up.
come to this, it's a new
We're not here to
so they
learn,
want to
I
play
mean, figure everything out, but let's just get started.
supposed to do.
All right? All right, all ears, let's start with the socials. What have you guys come up with?
So this is our speaker letter. Okay, so for the socials, we talked about how the socials are designed to connect people, and so people come ultimately for an activity, but the purpose should be to connect the people with each other, to let them mix and mingle, to build relationships and whatnot, because some way down the track, when you're finished at BYUH, you probably go back to your home country, back to your a career and whatnot. And if you remember one connection that can help you and help someone else, you could just get that connection and then help build whatever you need, you know.
I love it because now you can start thinking of activities. Opening social should really be about, you can start thinking, how can they really network? Do they even keep each other's numbers? Do they have everybody's emails? Because I've always believed, I always shared students at BYU, if you leave BYU without any network connection, it's your fault and you probably just missed the boat too. Because how many countries are represented in this? So you should have a global network. So if you leave BYU without a global network, it's really just your fault. And our chapter members should do the same thing. Another question. Another question, as you redesign socials, do people know how to socialize? Like, what are good conversations? If you will assess your chapter members, do they know how to socialize professionally in your assessment? So those are some things you might want to start thinking. Is that activity will be an avenue wherein they can. I just came from a seminar. They define the difference between interesting and interested. The world now is going into an interested way of connecting. You just don't tell people that you're interesting. They gotta see that you're also interested. So if that's something that we can do in our socials, then we're hitting it good.
Yeah, something else that we mentioned was we can redesign, like instead of having opening socials, have focus on having closing socials. Because opening socials, people are starting school, right?
Yeah.
And so people are not as focused, whereas closing socials, everyone's finished with their finals and they get together, and I think that, we think that it brings people closer together, they can forget about everything in this house.
Yeah, good point. Well, another factor about closing socials, you just went through a stressful semester. How do you help your chapter members recharge, unwind, so they can get ready for the next semester? Because a lot of people, I think, are traumatized. They don't want to attend their next semester. But you cannot do that. You cannot escape the next semester. So good thoughts. Forums, gospel forums.
Yeah, like in the gospel forum, you can always relate the gospel documents to the outside world, so we can apply to our day like same way like the Bible have like parables that brings to the gospel to the outside things of the gospel. In the same way of the other way around.
Yeah.
And can also like help like the younger students here. That they're just freshmen or just came here to get them adapted here and because some of them they automatically because they in the environment they forget they should be to study to accomplish the purpose of the university and also to help the students because they're preparing to go on a mission.
Yeah. Yeah. All I can say with the gospel forums is we have the fullness of the gospel. And so we can really pinpoint which we see the needs of our. If you think that your chapter members are lacking in honesty, then you can use the gospel forums and to learn about honesty in the classroom. And so we really can. When I was talking to them, come to think of it now, when I was club chapter president, I should have asked someone, and we have the resources to talk about business ethics and how the gospel helps for us to become ethical professionals. Thank you. Next.
Okay, as we kind of discuss about food fest, when we think of food fest, it's about money. Because in our chapter, we need money to. Without our money, we cannot do our social events, our gospel forum, also. But we think of food fest. It's like building, it's like making your own business.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go
Nice.
back home, it's like creating your own business by yourself, how to attract others, and people to buy your stuff.
That is a brilliant. I never thought about that. So just imagine if your chapter you build it and set it up like a corporation, and use that like to do business. You would be way ahead. You would be way ahead when you go home. We'll build upon this. Last, who's their speaker?
Actually, we all think like the career and SCAM event is really crucial for the forum club activities. Because this is the only one which can grab all the attention from members. Because I guess the ultimate goal for our students in future is like to find a job, right? So this is like building a bridge to them. And what we are doing right now is like we are trying to connect with our in China, the liaison, and trying to build up the BYU Management Society, something like that. And we're trying to get all the alumni in China together, trying to help. So I'm playing a sort of role like to connect with them and to inform them what will happen in our school and how many graduates we got this for this semester. And they are provide all the information about the job opportunity and your market, your placement or something. Yeah, that's a great exchange. I really like it. I always encourage all my members to active all the these and the workshops.
We're in the right direction. And by the way, since you mentioned the BYU Management Society, anyone here, any chapter here who have liaison officers already for BYU Management Society? Because if you don't have, then you are automatically the liaison officer.
What is that?
BYU Management Society. BYU Management Society, let's talk about that more next time, but BYU Management Society is an organization setup. It's about 60,000 strong network in which they're one of the main drive is building ethical leaders. Again, this is about networking. So we're also in the right direction of seeing now our task as placement. So there's more reality than merely thought, that we want our chapter members to be placed. But if we're not making connections back home, if we're not understanding what really happens back home, it's hard to tell our chapter members that work on project management. Because that is what is relevant. So start thinking, start designing, redesigning, engineering, and re-engineering our activities. Let me end with this. There's something called project-based learning. It's a 3-minute, let me see, I think, I'll just explain it, it's basic. So my proposal to us, instead of calling them activities, let's start experiencing project management in its simplified form. So instead of just making activities, let's build them as projects. Because what is more appealing when you're interviewing? Oh, we had activities. Or we have set up a project to connect our students back home. So it's very obvious, right? So now, let's end with this. Let's end, and your assignment, I hope is obvious now. Your assignment for this week is to start designing or redesigning activities. But let's have an example. I'll send you the thing tomorrow. But let's have an example. How can we have culture night? Make a connection of culture night in, is there a way for culture night to be a means? Because that's our strength at BYU, is our cultural identity. We have a diverse group. Can you connect culture night to placement back home? Sure. In what ways?
Because in the coach life, so each time each members has new roles, so you can probably figure out what is their role in their coach.
Yeah. It's all good, and then see. Oh, he's a gentleman.
Okay, so I work at UCC in New Zealand. I think coach night is a lot similar. Like, it gives people who haven't been to your country a glimpse of what it's like. And so I know when people watch different courses, they feel something and it gives them, it plants a seed for them to want to know more or go to the country.
So, culture night can be a means of promoting tourism for your country. Can you start making that connection? And if you're doing tourism for your country, can you use that to tap into your government and connecting with your government? Possibly? Let's hear your comment and then we'll finish.
I was going to say from the previous thing that we were talking about, when we do culture night, one of the most difficulties or the challenges, especially for us we have, is finding a talent who's going to represent the culture, and that's the hardest thing. And actually putting that together and making it one presentation,
Yeah.
that was the hardest thing. So maybe it is a project management, right? Just the way it is. There's a process you have to do them all. You have to put them together, and it's really hard.
Yeah.
It demands a lot of work.
True.
So I would say you're getting really good experience by just organizing it.
Yeah.
Controlling all these 30, 40 people to get them synchronized in dancing or get them the right timing, the costumes, the support, and everything is really, really demanding. So I would say perfect project management project.
Skill. And we've been talking about project management. Would you be interested to get an orientation of what project management is next class? Would it help? Yeah, let's do a portion on project management. But hopefully we're beginning to see that our activities, they're not just activities that helps and everybody enjoy while we're out here. We can really design them that it would benefit us, that we would have project management skills, actual items that you can put on your resume. It is a project managed. It is a project that you manage, something that you started and something that will close. And there's metrics, there's measurements, there's performance evaluations along with it. But I hope that we gain so much experience so that we can help our chapter members experience the same things. So, as a challenge, as we close, our biggest mandate here at BYU is to help build genuine gold among us, right? To be peacemakers. We will establish peace internationally. But the only way we can do that is we build credentials, credibility, and we're trying to penetrate our home countries. How we can place our chapter members. So let's think of really reaching out to your home countries. Activities that we do here, we're already good at them. We've been doing them for a while. Let's use them as leverage to connect with our governments, to our private sector. Something to think about in closing is culture night. If you can connect the things that we do to promote tourism for your country, then that's helping your country. And if you can use that, tell your Department of Tourism back home that we're doing this and we're promoting. We have a group that 72 countries are represented, and we showcase. Is there a way that we can connect with you, that you can support us? Just imagine if your chapter is connected to the department, whatever you call it, the tourism department in your country. That's one major connection. And again, these are experiences that as we just collaborating with government officials back home, you can already report a lot to your chapter members. So, what do you think? Is that a challenge that we can take? So next week, your assignment this week is to meet with your presidency or whatever committee. That is the question. Let's make connections back. So for now, enjoy the cone. Why? Are we enjoying the ice? What's the representation of the ice cream? The ice cream is when it's connected already. So when you go home, you can bring that and save it. So when you go home, buy ice cream and then enjoy with it. So for now, thank you very much. Enjoy the cone. Hold on. Is DYUHS saying here? Did you get an email?
Yeah.
They just want to talk to you guys very quickly about the carnival. So it might be good.
Should I just call my member or something? You can come as well, or is it only for?
Yeah, well, for the carnival, they can come.
On 7.
So they're supposed to be here by 10:30.
Well, then not here.
Gone.
Tug of war.
Oh, yeah? What's that
Here they
about?
are. We're done, but we want to just say just need to talk to you guys about carnival. We're done.
Oh, yeah.
For our class.
We have a class. Well, we have to stay because we go to doing games to like a fair game or something.
Just like
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
For the boot.
Near the cafe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where were you guys?
I think on the tip, but I think in the middle. Oh, like circle.
What is the guys' game?
Tug of war.
Are you like? Oh, yeah. That game.
It's like a trivia kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
You can go ahead now.
Okay.
Are you like the president of the social work?
Alright, so you guys are, the clubs are going to be joining the fall fair. So here's the packets for your tickets. So just one packet per club.
Quickly.
So here are the, oh sorry.
Actually, I'll talk a little more about business. So we have
How was your game? You guys have prizes? What's the prizes? Yeah, we're gonna get
The lady there was from my work.
I'll give this to you.
And chef and tacos.
Do you need, do you
Her
guys need
brother
more?
and
Does everybody get one?
we need to walk, yeah.
So you guys gonna have like gifts and
movie
stuff?
tickets and stuff
Do they go in a raffle or something?
No, it's just like the trivia game where you have to put down the fastest time and show me like a map.
So one per club.
And-
There should be enough. You still have to
Make sure I failed.
Okay, so the tickets are 50 cents each. So depending what you want to ask for your game, you can ask for 3 tickets, 4 tickets, so that would be, 4 tickets would be $2. So a strip of ticket would cost $5. So as you can see on your packets, there are the reminders for turning in your tickets on time. So Wednesday, November 14th is the day it's due, and if you turn that in on time before 4 p.m. or at 4 p.m., you get the 100% revenue from us. And November 15th, after 4 p.m., you get 95%, and then so on, 90% in November 16th, and then, November 16th, and then Friday, November 16th, after 4 p.m., you're not going to get any revenue from us. So turn it in on time and you get the full percentage from us. So is everybody good with their games? You have any questions? Go ahead.
What if we have the same game as someone else?
What game do you have?
Well, not exactly sure yet, but what if we do?
There shouldn't be any same games because we check it.
We're getting every like proposal form so that we.
Yeah, because when I went in to do a proposal form in BYUHSA, they just said, oh, you don't have to do one for us, you just have to go to your club and do it.
Well, the money for the
Will
culture
come out of your
club
club, right?
comes from the alumni, but the games we have to approve first, so nobody gets the same.
So yeah, how do we do that?
What's your game?
Well, we want to do that.